Well, Fabrizio Romano has come out and obviously confirmed to us that United have gone ahead to make Leny Yoro contact in the last hours, and then a counter story came in through from Real Madrid, and we all know the situation that Leny Yoro wants to go to Real Madrid. He's giving them first priority, but Real Madrid is having what we call financial problems. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I'm going to be talking about Gary Neville, talking about Kobbie Mainoo on the minutes he had. I think they're like 45 minutes when he came in through and really played for the side of England as they drew 0-0 with the side of Slovenia. And even Gareth Southgate has gone ahead and obviously given Kobbie Mainoo his flowers. And it's the 26th of June 2024, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. Now, as it stands, it looks like Manchester United are really chasing for a central defender and a CDM. Yesterday, we brought you stories about Ugarte, and even Fabrizio Romano is going to drop a very huge update about Manuel Ugarte, and I'm going to be dropping it in here in a nick of time. And there are two positions that United want to obviously fulfill before we go into the preseason. Remember, David Austin and Jacobs Ben confirmed us that Ineos and Eric Ten Hag have come to a conclusion that they want to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan. Two players are supposed to be on the squad of Man United before they fly to the US. And remember last season, when we fly to the US, we had only signed Mason Mount, then Andre Onana joined him there. You understand? But I think the problem they did was those were not the priorities that we are needing into that team, because we needed Erasmus Højlund to come in first and an Amrabat to come in second. Then Mount would have gone ahead to follow in later, and Andre Onana. But this time around, they are going to be doing it in a different way altogether into the mix. So let's obviously start it off with thanking the Lord for the gift of life, and the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, continue to subscribe because we want to hit the magic number of 20,000. Now, Fabrizio Romano told us in his last video he did on Playback that Man United, PSG and Liverpool in the last 24 hours have contacted Lille and confirmed their interest in Leny Yoro. Now, however much, there are stories like these ones. One, coming in through from Real Madrid, that Real Madrid have reached an agreement with Leny Yoro, right? And even that they're going to reach an agreement with Leny Yoro. Fabrizio Romano is telling us that Man United are really keeping their intent open, and they are like, we are going to push it until we cannot go further. And I know why United is really making contact, for Leny Yoro. Do you know why? Because they know to it that Madrid have gone ahead to spend 150 million euros onto the player called Kylian Mbappe, and they are waiting to see to it that they can really try to make players out and really get in this guy. But what is really pushing them hard is that Nacho is leaving. You understand? And if at all Nacho is leaving, they might get some good money from from Saudi Arabia, and some good money for Joselu to see to it that everything really goes as planned. But that's not going to scare away Manchester United. They'll keep pushing for Leny Yoro. And the other reason as to why Manchester United is really keeping their foot on the pedal as far as the deal of Leny Yoro is really concerned is because of Everton. They want to show Everton that we can move elsewhere if we're not taking the money. There is a story I saw about David Austin that Everton need to sell, right? Everton need to sell players before the 30th of June, and Man United are like looking at that window, and they're left with just 4 days, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 5 days to see to it that they are not affected by the financial fair play rules, by the Premier League profit sustainability rules that went ahead to see to it that they obviously went ahead to lose points that would have gone ahead to lose to their relegation in the recently completed season. So United is using that and they are trying to threaten Everton that we are having like £50 million and United is preparing their bid, and I won't be shocked that the bid of Gerard Braithwaite is going to be put in the next coming days before this month comes to an end. But for Leny Yoro, we all know that his preferred destination is the side of Real Madrid, but we've ever seen a player whose preferred destination was supposed to be Real Madrid, and he ended up at Manchester United because of the financial constrictions that Real Madrid was really having. That player goes by names of Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek, in 2019, he had gonna hit obviously a great deal with Real Madrid in principle with Ajax, and they were going to pay 40 million euros. And when COVID hit Real Madrid hard, they had nothing to do with everything that really went up, or that really came up with COVID, and the player ended up signing for Manchester United for, I think, 40 million euros from Ajax. So it shows you that the same thing can happen. Real Madrid might be wanting to sign in Leny Yoro, but the amount of money that Leny Yoro is going to cost is really going to be huge, because Leny Yoro is at 60 plus million euros, and for Real Madrid, can they stretch to that level? That is the huge question, because they have to make a decision on whether they go in for Alphonso Davies or they go in for Leny Yoro. And if at all I'm Real Madrid, obviously I go for Alphonso Davies. Alphonso Davies is a left back, and you are having Alaba, you are having Militao, you are having Alaba, you're having Militao and Rudiger into your central defense. I think that's okay. And recently, even Tchouaméni showed us that he can be a very good centre back. And if they miss out on Alphonso Davies, I tell you, Bayern might not want to lose this player on a free, and any team that will really get in money for him, Bayern will be willing to obviously sell the player. So Real Madrid is in between a rock and a hard place. That is it. They are in a very difficult situation, and I tell you what, they need to come and really see that all really goes on as planned. So that is the man known as Leny Yoro contact made by Manchester United, and there are still factors. However much reports in Spain have gone ahead to show to it that there is an agreement reached. It once happened like that for the side of Real Madrid. They reached an agreement with Donny van de Beek, and money failed them to obviously get in the player, and the team Ajax wanted to sell Donny van de Beek. And remember the president, or the statement that the president of Lille went ahead to make. The president came out and said he wants to obviously, this guy is going to be sold. You remember that very well? The president told us that this guy is up for sale, and very, very soon he is going to be really let go. You understand? So Lille want to sell. If Real Madrid can't meet what this team is really calling in for, they are gonna really sell him. And PSG, Man United and Liverpool and Real Madrid in a queue for one player that calls in for what we call a bidding war, and the highest bidder is gonna take it all. I tell you, the highest bidder is gonna take it all for real. So that is it. Let's wait and see how that pans out. Most people are really saying that it's off, but I tell you, the moment Fabrizio says a contract is going to be made by Man United on Leny Yoro in the last 24 hours, that shows you that there is still light at the end of the tunnel, that something can obviously come to pass. So that speaks volumes to me, and there is going to be a lot of development coming in from Manchester United in these days. Now, Gary Neville has come out and said the following on Kobbie Mainoo's performance that he showcased when you're playing the side of Slovenia. Remember, when England was playing the side of Slovenia, because for me, I don't support England, I support Netherlands. And in just 20 minutes, he had gone ahead to really make 20 passes. And I think in the entire game, he just made one blind pass, and it was a cutback into the 18-yard box area of the opponent. But most of the passes were really great. Now, we've been told by Gary Neville that I'm sure Mainoo will start the next game. Southgate thought Gallagher was the option for energy, but it was obvious we needed someone to play us. Watson is also capable of him to do. So, Kobbie Mainoo came on and put in a very thrilling performance, and everyone was like, yeah, that's what we talk about. You know, there are some people on Rokan Media Football who believe that I just feel like I'm supporting this guy, and they don't believe in this young guy. But I tell you, The boy is special. Hate him or love him, Kobbie Mainoo is special. And to show you that he's really special, this was his game by numbers. And it's really going to shock you on what this boy can do when he's really given more playing time. 100% crosses completed, 100% tackles won, 97 passing accuracy, 33 out of 34 passes completed. That's what I told you, that he only put one pass wrong, and 2 duels won and 1 dribble. That is Kobbie Mainoo for you. That was his game by numbers, and he really looked good into that team. And I believe he knows what to do in their knockout game. And then Southgate has come out and told us that tonight we picked Conor Gallagher, who has some good pressing, and we pressed better than we thought. Kobbie Mainoo would help us have more control with the ball. We saw encouraging signs with the ball, and to have the impact from the bench was important to us. But for me, I believe he's really making a wrong decision, because you can't have a player who is totally different from what you are having and you don't really give him what he wants. You know, get him on the pitch because he's a special player and he can really get you onto the ball a lot. How can you play a team like Slovenia and you play a double pivot, you know, 2 blocking midfielders? For me, that really doesn't really make sense, and I think he should be doing better as a manager. And that's why even all English people are really very furious. You understand? They're really very furious onto this guy. And we all know that Switzerland is going to be playing Italy, Germany is playing Denmark. Now, today, after the games today, we are going to be knowing who else is really going to be playing who into the round of 16, because today we are having Slovakia, Romania, then Ukraine versus Belgium, and there is Georgia versus Portugal, and Czech Republic versus Turkey. So after today, we'll be knowing the rest of the teams, the remaining teams, and who they are going to be playing in the mix. So Rokan David is my name. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below on Leny Yoro contact made by Manchester United. What do you make about it? And Gary Neville calling in for the start of Manioo in the next game that England is going to be playing in the round of 16. Rokan David remains my name. Good morning. First video of the day, and more content is dropping like never before. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. Continue to subscribe and smash the like button close to 200 likes. Guys, I'm out. Bye-bye.